Yes, I will.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. What?
Mic check, mic check. Hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Stereo Dread, Saturday edition. Thank you for being here with us on this, the 19th of October, 2019. Only 12 days away from Halloween, everybody. Nice. Hope you got all your candies ready. Hope your house is decorated, and I hope you have your costume ready to go.
Absolutely. We have a very special show today, but first, okay, great. Mina says, hello, we can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for confirming. You guys are the best.
Yes, indeed. Real quick, I'm going to do a real quick roll call before we bring in Henrik.
No problem.
Let me just do this right quick. Let's see. We have Mina in the house, and she's a wonderful, social media maven, and she's very intelligent. So everybody give it up for Mina because she is definitely in the his house. Welcome, Mina. We also have PA Nightmare, my boy Dustin Fleming. He is an aspiring narrator as well, and be on the lookout for good things from PA Nightmare in the near future. He's also in the his house. That's right. We have Maharet Madsen, everybody. She is a wonderful supporter of Stereo Dread and Dezombified. Thank you for being here, Maharet. She's in the his house. Thank you so much. We also have Sean G, Chasing the Truth. Thank you for being here, my friend. He's in the his house. He's just so evil.
Evil?
The evil outcast, everybody. He's in the his house. Let's see who else is up in here. We have Official Spiritist Ear. What is up? He's in the his house. Or is it she's in the his house? I'm not even sure. We got Vid of 22 Double Deuce, everybody. In the his house.
Wow.
Nice. And I think we'll call it up.
Okay, dokie. Let me make sure that these.
Wait. We have Ban Sheba, everybody.
Hi, Ban.
Hello, Ban Sheba. She's in the his house.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, we have Brain Lane, a new name, Brain Lane. Welcome.
Hi.
Everybody give the red carpet treatment to Brain Lane, please. Make them feel right at home. They're in the his house. Nice. We have the Pumpkin Queen from the Netherlands. The Pumpkin Queen. She's in the his house. Welcome. Congratulations on your latest video. We've been so busy, but we will check it out. Promise. Cross our heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in our eye. We have Sistiana Star. Sistiana Star, welcome. She's in the his house. And I think we're all caught up. My lovelies, we are all caught up now. Ms.Stereo, please do the honors.
Oh, of course I will. But first, I need to check to make sure that all of our connections. Okay, good. Our connections are going out loud
In
and
fact,
clear.
before we bring in our guests, let's show their trailer. They sent us a special trailer of all, well, not all, because I'm pretty sure they have way more stuff.
Of course.
But it was a nice amount of stuff in the trailer that we were sent. So without further ado, let's check out Horror Art by Henrik Honk's collection.
Okay.
See them go, fast and slow, across the screen, slime and green. Destroy and kill, fright the thrill. Animal, creep claws, pretty wasn't me. I love the creepy and the awkward. Anything to ignore. I grew up to be the monster boy. Years they passed, it all went fast. Run never let go. A monster show, demon lover, what's
Thank you, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed it because I know we did. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Horror Art by Henrik Honk. They're into his house.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you, my
Thank
friend?
you very much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being
I'm
here.
all well. I'm good.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. I got a little bit of a delay here, so I might sound drunk. I'm not that drunk. I'm just confused. So I hope you can live with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Oh,
It's
man.
gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you'll be great. You'll be great.
Awesome.
I'm just, looking over here,
Thank
making
you.
sure. Can everybody hear him, by the way? Can everybody hear Henrik? Let us know if you guys can hear Henrik talking. Banshiva is applauding. You got some clapping emojis in the chat. Oh.
Yeah, I can see. I got it running here in the background. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see really quick, just to make sure that everybody can hear you.
The Evil Outcast says that was awesome.
Yes,
Henrik.
that really was awesome. They love that. And by the way, we heard that you I heard that you did your own music on this. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is from an old band I used to sing in that unfortunately isn't among us anymore. But it's sort of my theme song. I grew up to be a monster boy. That's pretty much my credo.
Dude, I'm really
What I live
loving
by.
that song. I
So
love that
that's-
song.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank
Have
you
you
very much.
have
Thank
you
very
put
much.
it on
It's good times.
iTunes, or is it on iTunes, or is it on SoundCloud? That song.
It's on the whole record is out on Spotify. And,
Spotify.
out here on YouTube as well. And if you would have a really boring day and it's raining and all that, you can always search for the Southern Hostiles on YouTube and find some hilarious videos of us being very, very drunk. That's music. That's music, I can say.
Oh, yes. You're going to have to
So,
send us some
yeah.
links on Twitter if you can. Please send us links and
will.
we check it out and we'll...
I will definitely do that.
Oh, yeah. We'll put it on our website is what we'll do with some links crediting you and the band or
That's-
whatever you want and send it to all
Much
of...
appreciated. I will look into that. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, wait a
Pumpkin
minute.
Queen says.
Awesome.
Pumpkin Queen, she's in the chat and she says that is really cool. You made the music. Wow, hats off. Hats off to you.
Thank you very much, Pumpkin Queen. Thank you.
We have Machizzy Zero saying Henrik sounds amazing.
Great.
That was very nice of her, and I happen to know that she got one of my Jaws sculptures the other day. She traveled all the way from Sweden to Canada, so thank you very much for that.
Oh.
And it survived the trip with all teeth intact, so I'm very happy about it. Thank you.
Oh,
That's awesome, really awesome.
Oh man, that is so great. Oh my God. I did not know that. I didn't know that Pumpkin Queen had acquired one of your
No,
pieces.
it wasn't Pumpkin Queen, dear.
I'm sorry.
No, it
are-
was
I'm so sorry.
Mitch's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Machiz Zero.
yeah.
But
no
that
problem.
is nice. Hi, Matches. Welcome to the stream, Stereo Dread. Oh my goodness, sorry about that little snafu. I have ADHD, so my
I
attention.
send one to Pumpkin Queen as well, so it's all justified.
Aw.
Nah, I'll take that back. Okay, so how are you guys? Are you looking forward to Halloween?
Yes,
Just
actually.
around the corner.
Yes, I know. We honestly, what we usually do after we have given out all of the candy and whatnot to the kids of the neighborhood, we just basically sit at home with our children and we watch scary movies all night. What we do.
That sounds
That's
awesome.
what we do.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
All right,
I
let's
got
get
some really scary facts for you that
Ooh.
over here in Sweden, we didn't celebrate Halloween like you guys do
Ooh.
until in the late 90s, mid 90s.
Do tell.
Before that, we didn't celebrate. no, nothing like that. We have a very poor horror history in this country. So we had to. It took us some time, but we adapted pretty well after a while. After a couple hundred years or so we caught up with you guys. And I can say I grew up without Halloween. That sucked. I must say, because you guys had all the fun.
Well, you know something, Henrik. I'm just happy that you guys got with the program in the 90s. You say, huh?
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna enjoy Halloween until they put me in the ground or put me out in the yard as some sort of Halloween attraction. So I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy.
Yeah, baby. That's right. So who was it though? Who was the person that said, you know what? Let's bring Halloween to Sweden. Who did that?
Oh my God, yes. Who was the genius?
I think it was someone who saw they could make money out of it. Absolutely. It was pretty much an adult thing. They started with parties, adult parties. That sounds pretty freaky, but I'm not meaning freaky. It wasn't kiddie parties. And then it sort of exploded. It was all over the place. And now it's pretty cool, Halloween. Not as cool as some places I've seen, but it's much more enjoyable than when I was a kid, because then it was just All Hallows Eve and you should celebrate the dead, which is, of course, is a beautiful thought, but that was done with shutting up and not being too noisy and go to the cemetery and light candles. So I enjoy the new Halloween much better than that. We do, of course, still do the real All Hallows Eve too.
Nice.
To celebrate our deceased.
Awesome. So, have you been like,
yes.
Okay, let's get to this. I need to know, Henrik, your art is so beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, and it's so like,
thank you,
visceral. You know, it's visceral because it's a sculpture and you can hold it and you can feel the textures and the different surfaces, you know, with your hands and your fingers and everything. What got you into sculpting, if I may ask?
This came out of making horror cakes. I had a small business doing designer cakes. And to be honest, that didn't work out very well, because if you're gonna make cakes, you're gonna make for each horror cake you make, you gotta make 200 frozen cakes or Shrek cakes, and that I couldn't live with that. So I started sculpting out of that when I quit the cake business. And as a sort of relaxation therapy thing, not having anyone telling me what to do, I just sat down with a piece of clay and I started playing with it. And then maybe I should do this or that. And I never have a plan when I start sculpting something. I just let it come, and then I just go for it. And I don't know how my mind works, but it works fine with me as being creative, because I can sit down and say, today I'm going to sculpt Bishop from Aliens, and when I'm done, I've done something from Critters 2, or that's what I like. I do not have a plan, and that was the whole thing with sculpting horror things. Yeah. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, Henrik. Do you only work in clay?
Hello.
Yes. Do you only work in clay, or do you work in other things like wood, metal?
Nah, only clay so far. I've been drawing my whole life, but I enjoy sculpting much better, because I think I can handle the shapes and everything much better when I can get my hands on it and everything. So I'm only clay so far, and I work with a polymer clay, which is very fun to work with and very easy to work with. So that's where I'm at. I'm really happy with just the clay, so I stay here for a while with those and the monsters. So that's cool.
You know something? I think it was last night maybe, or the other day, that I mentioned to our viewers that I said, this guy would be great at cake decorating. And didn't know that you were a cake.
You didn't know? You know?
No, I did not know. I honestly did not know. And it's crazy because I happen to be an insane fan of Buddy Velastro, aka the Cake Boss. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I watch all the cake shows that I can, and anything that has to do with pastry decorating, and I wanted to be a pastry chef.
Yeah, she makes she makes good cakes, Henrik. She does, and I help her with the design because I'm sort of an artist too.
I trust you. Yeah.
And so
yeah,
but,
and it's funny. I can't decorate cakes anymore.
Just pick up a. You should just get yourself some sugar paste and get going. It's
oh my
so
God,
fun.
I love
so
working.
Afterwards.
I love working with fondant and with how do you call it? Modeling chocolate. I love modeling chocolate.
Yeah.
The issue with me is that I've had
it's real fun.
It is, isn't it? I've had too many hand surgeries. I can no longer decorate cakes the way that I used to. I could bake them. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I hear you. It's okay. But I also have this. Horror is also my passion. So we're good.
Brain Lane says the turkey cake was a masterpiece. Now, who made a turkey cake? You, Ms.Stereo?
Yeah, that's one I will be remembered for. I did a sort of a raw chicken turkey cake that looked pretty real, and it was a couple of years ago, and I threw it up on Twitter and Instagram a couple of weeks ago when it just exploded, and everybody thought I was really creepy, and I said thank you very much. And I'm gonna tag you in that post so you guys can look at it because it is
also
pretty creepy cake. I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it.
And don't forget the rotten slimy chicken.
Oh yeah.
The rotten slimy chicken cake.
That's got to be that one. Yeah, I'm trying to. You can make my wedding cake. Oh no, I put the cakes behind me. You know, I don't want to do that again. It was a fun adventure, but now it's the sculptures, and I do not recommend you to eat them because you ain't gonna have any teeth left. But I do my daytime job is I work as a chef, pastry chef, and a baker, so I still do it in some way. So that's
nice.
That's what I do, but I'm not making monsters.
Who's your favorite monster, Henrik? Is it a Xeno?
My favorite monster.
I think it's a xenomorph.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Xeno or Jaws, of course. I dig those old, those two guys.
Oh, yeah.
And if we're talking, but then, for God's sake, Creature from the Black Lagoon, of course, is such an icon. I love that one. But I got to go with Xeno, H.R. Giger's original design. I like that one the best. As well as the movie. That movie, it's a perfect movie.
Oh my God.
You know, have you ever seen a documentary on YouTube about the artist that created the xenomorph design? He is a very interesting
the one
character.
called Dark Star.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is the one called Dark Star about Giger, or
yes,
which one are you referring to?
I think it's that one. It showed when he was a young man in his studio, and it was really in depth. Did you see that?
I'm losing you a little bit here now. Yeah, I've seen that one. I'm a huge Giger fan, and I try to watch everything that
he is amazing.
Come over and he was the best. He was absolutely the best. I love him. What a beautiful mind. It was crazy, and I loved it.
Yes, his mind is.
And that's what I
sick.
like about the first Alien movie. That movie is just as much as it's a commercial movie. It's a huge piece of art. And that's what I love about that movie. There's not one single ugly frame in that one. You can frame it all.
Oh yeah, that was very interesting.
So, Xeno it is.
That was a very interesting
Now,
documentary.
now I'm losing again.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It
Let's see
is, it
here.
is, and it's.
Oh yeah, I loved that
How long
documentary.
had-
I got a
long
little
have you
bit.
had-
We have a delay is the problem. We have a
Delay.
delay in the
Try some.
audio.
Yeah, the delay.
Sorry
Yeah, I
about
think we got
that.
a little bit delay and an echo, but
Oh, really?
we'll figure
Okay.
it out.
Yeah,
I
let
have
me-
some more rum over here, and I'm sure everything's going to be okay.
Nice.
That always fixes.
was good.
Rum fixes everything.
Oh yeah, that one hit the spot. Oh. Okay, ask me anything, whatever. What do you want to know?
Yep. I think that what it is also is the when we talk, we have to make sure we don't talk over each other. But the problem is that we have a delay. So every time we talk, we kind of talk over each other a little bit. So I'm so sorry about that. We're gonna try and listen every time you say something.
No problem.
So how did your love of
You have to have
horror? How did your love of horror begin?
I'm pretty sure it was there from the start. I don't know. My dad was a mean ghost storyteller who was the meanest. He scared the hell out of me and my siblings when we were kids. And my mom, she was really mad at me for that. But then, on the other hand, my mom got me these books when I was like 9 years old with Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft. So it was as much as her fault, I think. And from that, I was always a monster kid, I think. And when I was 14, I found my first Starlog in the magazine shop. And from there, I found Fangoria. And then I was hooked. I was totally hooked. And this was in the early and mid 80s when we talk, it was the golden age of the good practical effect movies. From there and then it just continued. And we must remember in Sweden at this time, we had a very strict government-controlled censorship regarding movies. So we had something similar to the video nasties outbreak in the UK when they discovered what kind of movies was on the shelves. So they banned a lot of movies, and we were left in some sort of underground movement dealing with pirate copies and buying and trading and copying, and that was a cool movement, I think. And we let go of that strict censorship in the early 90s, and then everything was all go. But I was hooked. It was everything horror I could get my hands on. Where I am now. I mean, I'm 50 years old, but I still love everything that I loved when I was a kid, I think.
Amazing.
So
You
it
know
was
something, Henrik?
Early awakening, and it has just grown stronger.
Ah.
I could relate to how you were saying how you came about being a monster kid, because I feel that, I share some of that, enthusiasm and sort of almost the same experience, with the horror magazines and reading, horror books and
Comics.
and even some comics and whatnot, comic books. So yeah, that I hear you. I feel you on that. But last night we had a friend on, and the friend goes by the name of Crump, and the beautiful footage that we're using, the B-roll that we're using now, is from Crump's imagination. He likes to do practical effects. They create a lot of their own mask out of paper mache and glue and other things, and they paint them and they film these things like little movies. And we showed him your trailer of your sculptures, and he was very highly impressed with all of your work, especially the original Nosferatu piece. Because he said that
the
you
one
used
Klaus Kinski
piece.
Yes.
He says a lot of people go for the other style.
Bela Lugosi?
No,
that's true.
Of the Nosferatu.
No, Max Schreck.
Yes.
The old silent movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Truth is, when I was making that Nosferatu, I was gonna make both the Klaus Kinski and the old Mono movie, silent movie, the old Shrek, so Max Shrek. And but he looked so fucking goofy, I couldn't do it. I had to take him out of the picture and just go for the Klaus Kinski one. And I'm pretty happy I did. He turned out pretty okay, I think. So I'm happy with him. And I'm very happy to hear that he liked it. I'm very thankful.
You know something? Mitch's Zero says, Hank, you're also an amazing storyteller too. So many talents for one dude. Would you care to share a story with us?
Ooh.
Oh, I can tell you the worst story ever from my cake designing days. That I try to remove it from my mind, but when it pops up, I instantly fall into some sort of fetal position on the floor crying. And that was when I was designing cakes. I opened my mailbox one day, and there was a mail from a radio station in the next town. And they say, hey, we're gonna have Robert Englund visiting us next week, and we wonder if you want to come here and make a Freddy Krueger cake and present the cake to him, sit down and have a talk with him and eat the Freddy Krueger cake with Robert Englund.
God, are you serious?
And I thought, oh hell, I'm gonna do this.
Hell yeah.
Until I noticed that email was 2 weeks late. I had totally missed it. So that had already happened. And I appeared to be some sort of a asshole, like, no, I don't want to do that cake. I won't even reply to your email. And that was such a, when I started to looking at it, I started sweating. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up. What the hell I missed? I missed making a friggin' Freddy Krueger cake and give it to the guy himself to sit down and eat it with him. What the? Who does that? Who does that? I think that was one of the reasons I quit doing cakes. That one. Oh my God!
I want to cry for you.
I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna have to open another bottle.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
I want to cry.
Still hurts.
I want to cry.
I'm actually tearing. A couple of tears came out for you.
I'm already crying over here. I'm glad the video link didn't work. I'm glad the video link didn't work, because that would just be, what are we looking at? You're looking at a Swedish guy crying and drinking too much. That would just be very,
don't worry,
very
because
terrible.
Hey,
so
listen,
that
there's a Swedish man crying.
Very sad story.
There's an American man crying right now.
Excuse me.
We're both crying.
All of us are crying right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. That's the worst one, and I had to share it because I've done some stupid things in my life, believe me, but that one, I should be put up against the wall and just shut
no pun intended. Listen, Henrik, no pun intended, my friend, but that one really takes the cake.
Yeah,
so corny.
That's a good one. Thank you. I deserve everything, so please go ahead.
No.
You can email death rescue. No, but that was a nice one. And I don't know if anything funny with my sculptures. Yeah, well, I had made one beautiful xenomorph coming out of a frame, and I sold it to a guy, and it looked beautiful on his wall. And then one day he came home, and that xenomorph took a dive out of the frame into the floor, and he just went to 1,000 pieces. After that, I learned how to secure the monsters in the frame with bolts from behind and using industrial strength glue. So, it's a
learning process.
You learn along the way, the hard way, But unfortunately, I get as pissed at myself. It's not just that somebody buys something and it breaks. I'm thinking, damn, this is 48 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours that I spent on this piece. Now it's ready for the trash can, and that hurts too. That hurts.
Oh my God!
I'm only having sad stories here. This is like a country and western channel or something. I'm going to cry in my beer or something like that. But other than that, what can I say? I can say that every time I get an email from someone saying that, God damn, I got it in the mail today, and it's in good shape, and I love it, and I just feel like, wow, it's such a feeling, you know, shipping stuff to the US, to the UK, to Russia, or whatever.
Scary.
And
very scary.
people actually enjoy what you sit at home and do.
Yeah, but isn't it scary because
and they
of shipping?
put it up on the wall, and wow.
But isn't it scary though because of the shipping? Aren't you afraid? Like every time you send out a piece, aren't you a little bit worried? Like, oh my God, I hope it gets there.
That's something I also learned the hard way, but because I learned to pack my stuff pretty well, and I rather pay more for the postage and packing than I have put in the price to know that the piece arrives in one piece, because it hurts me as much as the buyer if it comes broken. There has been accidents, but not fatal ones, repairable ones, I may say.
Can I ask you a question?
It is.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
I want to ask you a question about that beautiful cat.
The cat.
Kitty.
Yeah, that's Sigam. Sigam. That's my coworker. 14 years old. She's been like a shadow everywhere I go. I sit here and sculpt, and she's sitting next to me. And then she goes up and walk around and what I'm doing, and she's my shadow. She's my sidekick, and it is actually she who does all the sculpting. I'm just in the background.
Like Ratatouille.
No,
Ratatouille. No,
not.
I believe it.
But she's very big.
Have you ever seen
big part of what I'm doing?
Have you ever seen Ratatouille? The cartoon.
Of course, yes, of course.
Yeah, so then she's your Ratatouille, but she's Catatouille.
Catatouille, that's exactly. We also call her Satan because she can be pretty evil.
Oh wow!
She's that cat that's gotta know where you are all the time. You know, wherever you go. And if you go out and you open the door, she's looking at you like, "Where have you been? And why haven't you been home? What have you been up to?" She's sort of Satan, Hitler, and Saltmaster Wolf. But she's cute. She gets away with it. Yeah.
My goodness, your work is.
And she becomes sort of the mascot for the whole thing.
Your work is actually very phenomenal. We are looking at your Etsy shop right now. And we're letting everybody see what your stuff is looking like. It's actually very amazing. I could never. Even in my best day.
You know which one is really funny? You're so cool, Brewster. This is so funny. This is epic.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. That one turned out pretty okay.
Oh man,
that was a fun piece to make. I was thinking of making something from his later career, but I avoided that and went for the horror stuff. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, you are a very dirty person, so I'm not going to say anything more. I'm just messing around. Everybody knows where his career went after horror days were over. But we'll leave that behind because we're talking horror movies, right?
Wait, you need to tell me, to send me that in Twitter and tell me what happened, because I'm not even sure what happened. What's going on.
Neither do I. Have no clue.
Yeah.
He started a career in gay porn.
Oh,
which one? You talking about the one that says "You're so cool, Brewster"? Him?
Yeah. I forget his name.
Wow. Didn't know that.
What is called? What is his name? I have to look it up. God damn, I know this. But I know we were watching that movie with a couple of friends, and we said, "What happened to that guy? Let's check on the Internet Movie Database." And we were looking at it, here we have Fright Night, 976 Evil, and Latino studs go to Dallas or whatever they were called. So, that doesn't sound like a horror movie. And wow, what's this movie called? I'm not even going to say the name of the movies here because it was pretty. It was a wild thing to do. I think. I think it was a marvelous act. It was really good. And nope, I'm going to do gay porn now. Got to respect the man who knows what to do, at least.
A man with a plan.
Jeffrey Stevens, can that be his name?
Maybe, but he's definitely a man with a plan.
Right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Man, look at this. Look at this Nosferatu piece.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? Oh
You
my
know something,
God.
Henrik? If I had power and money, I would have your artwork in a freaking art studio somewhere, like
Right,
in
a
an art gallery.
Hell yeah, that would be
Thank you very
amazing.
much. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
I would feature you for sure.
And funny thing you're saying it, because very convenient. That Nosferatu piece is still in my Etsy shop and hasn't been sold yet.
Wow.
I'm a little bit bitter about that one because I'm so happy with that one. But sure,
I mean,
if
yeah,
anyone
look at the
wants to buy
glossy
it, there it is.
eyes.
Stephen
my
Jeffries,
God.
Brian Lane. I saw Brian Lane here. My good friend Brian Lane says in the chat, Stephen Jeffries, yes. And Brian, can you confirm that he started a career in
Porn. In
Brain,
gay porn?
in the adult movie business? And Brewster too, yeah.
How much is
that?
Can I ask you a question? How much is that in US dollars?
What does it say? I have
600
a
sec.
picture of it. Does it say
600 sec. Yeah.
It's below 600 is below $60.
What?
That's less than $60?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yes, plus
I
20
want
in
that.
shipping.
That is insane.
It's
wow.
so beautiful. I'm dying.
I got a little bit of thing with this. I don't want this to be about money. I'm an old punk rocker. I want this to be about me doing stuff that I feel good about, and sort of a therapy thing that I can relax with. And I want people to be able to afford it. So it's pretty much a break-even deal. I take a bit of winning to buy more materials and stuff, but I'm not using this as some sort of a second job. This is totally a labor of love, and I don't want to mix that money, because when you do, well, I don't want to mix it with too much money, so to say.
Okay, I want that.
I want this to be pure in some sort of way.
I hear you.
So that's pretty much my point of view in art. But then again, I have a day job and make my money on that. If I didn't have that, I would of course put another zero on the end of it. So,
can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? I see you did the Angel of Death from Hellboy 2. The person that created
I've done a
Angel
couple of those. Yeah.
The person that actually created the Angel of Death in the movie, the artist.
Yeah.
Do you know who that artist is?
I don't know who he is. I know a lot about, or let me say, I read a lot about Guillermo del Toro, and I got a couple of his books, but I don't know who the actual artist was behind it. But I think it's such a striking character. It's so beautiful, and I know, but I don't know about the actual artist, I must say.
A lot of the creatures in the Hellboy, movies are pretty freaking amazing themselves. The artists that came up with these beings. Who's the best one now? Being that the Siegler from Aliens, is he still around? Is he still making art?
Are we talking artists? Still,
the artist of Aliens,
business, so to say.
The artist that made Aliens, right?
Oh, that's
is he still
hard
around?
to say. My favorite, if I should talk about my favorite makeup artist or special makeup effects guy, that would be, first of all, Dick Smith, who did, among many other, The Exorcist, the effects for that one. And then it has to be Stan Winston with Aliens and everything else he did before he untimely died, but Stan Winston is still around. Tom Savini, of course, I like his monster stuff like Creepshow and that. I'm not very much into splatter. I want my monsters. My absolute favorite makeup artist has to be Rob Bottin, who did the effects for John Carpenter's The Thing, because those effects are unmatched. Still, those are the best. I love those. I have done a lot of The Thing sculptures, and it gets so very obvious when you're trying to recreate it, how much work and how much artistry behind it, because it's like modern art you're working with, and it's very hard to recreate something that perfect. But Robotine absolutely is one of my major influences, I must say. And Rick Baker, who did American Werewolf in London, among others, also a huge fan of him. I love his work.
I love both of these movies.
Not saying. And there you're looking at Pennywise, I see.
I love both of those
Come
movies.
again.
You know those movies that you just mentioned, the American Werewolf in London and the Thing? I love both of those movies. I could watch those movies over and over.
I totally agree. That is so. I feel about those movies. They are perfect movies. Just like Jaws and Alien, I can watch them over and over again. You find new stuff in it, and what I like about them, they got so much. There's so much heart and soul in them, and they are so well written, and the characters are so friggin' good in them. And that's a very hard thing to top, to make a good horror movie and actually have likable characters that you care about and a good story. And I think those have that, especially American Werewolf in London, that blends comedy and horror so well. That's a tough one.
So
they pulled it up.
Awesome. So I just wanted to say one thing real quick. You guys, about that Nosferatu piece, really quick. I don't mean to rehash it, but I am in love with it. And I'm just letting everybody in the chat know, just so you know, my birthday is November 19th. I'm going to put it on the calendar, okay? And just, so everybody knows, just saying. And we also, want to support each other as well. So, and horror tubers, that's our thing. That's what we love. We love anything horror, supernatural, paranormal, because we love ghost hunters here too. We love ghost hunters and paranormal groups. So with that could lead into my next question. Hank, do you believe in the paranormal, the supernatural?
I don't know yet. I have to wait until I'm a ghost myself. I have never experienced anything of it, and I have the deepest respect for people who believe in it. I would love for it to be real. I would love to meet a ghost. That would be so hilarious.
Not fun.
I don't know. There's a lot of things I can't explain, and I hope I never can. And I leave that open. I try to keep an open mind until I experience anything that can help me understand it or experience it.
Okay.
So that's what I would say.
So what about extraterrestrials?
Oh, that is amazing.
That's the same thing. I really hope it exists. That would be hilarious.
That would be really cool.
But then again, we're going to ask ourselves, what kind of extraterrestrials do we want? Do we want an ET or an alien or Independence Day? Or I don't know. It's a sweet thought, and I would love for it to be real. Same thing there. Until I experience it myself, I keep an open mind.
Can I ask you a question about Twisty the Clown? I see it was sold already. Yeah. It was sold, but what gave you the idea to make a separate piece like the mask? That hangs?
I like that when you can actually do something with a piece to change the appearance. And this is this was made for it because he's such an iconic guy with the mask on, but he's also beautiful with it off, with his gunshot wound to his mouth. So I had to make both of them, and I hang one of those juggling things is hanging from the frame with a little bit of blood on it. And I like those tiny details that you can actually change it a little bit. And I like to throw in things like glowing details and stuff like that. It's you got to be a little bit more. They've got it, yeah.
My
And,
goodness.
I thought it was a shame to only show him with a mask on when he's got such an interesting face. And also a challenge. I like, can I copy this? Can I do this as a sculpture? And I think I pulled it off pretty good. That one lives in Germany now, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
And what kind of response did you get from the person that purchased it? Were they just beside themselves happy?
Yes, I got pretty good reviews on Etsy, I must say, and I got very sweet letters from people saying they really enjoyed it, and I like that. I'm really happy, and it is really mind-blowing when you think about it. I like it. I like it very much.
Did you go to school for this?
So far. Excuse me.
Did you go to school for this?
Nope.
No.
I went to culinary school. There were no monsters there except for the old chefs. No. I was always the guy who was sitting in the back of the classroom drawing stuff and being told to stop drawing stuff. And I didn't stop drawing stuff. And I think that sort of paid off later because this was the kind of stuff I was drawing, but I think I'm sculpting it much better. So.
Wow. This is incredible. But I tell you this much though, school or no school, you're definitely living the dream for sure when it comes to creativity, because it is amazing. I mean, the work that you are doing is incredible. And I say this most lovingly, your art is the creepiest art I've ever seen, and I love it. I'm so in love with this art.
You.
It's like,
thank you.
I wish I had a room.
So very much. I'm very honored to hear this, and I try to stay humble because I sit in my kitchen in a small town in Sweden, and I'm playing around with clay. 50 years old, playing with clay and just doing what I love to do. I do not do requests or commissions. I can get inspired by people if they say something, well, I would like this and that, and I say, yeah, well, let me think about it. And if I feel some sort of feeling about it, I can go for it. But it is a cool thing. It's a very humbling experience, and I'm very, very grateful that I do something and people want to buy it regardless. Without, and that's so sweet, and I love that so very much. It's an amazing feeling, I must say. So I like that.
So
but I've only done one thing on commission, and that was a really cool thing. If I got time to tell it,
of course.
Yes.
It's a guy in Europe who is remodeling his whole home to different movie sets, and he wanted a door to look like Return of the Living Dead, that toxic waste drum in the beginning with a zombie inside behind the glass.
Yes.
He designed the door. A friend of mine designed the door, and I sculpted the zombie that is behind the glass.
Really?
So that one will soon be in a door to the restroom in a really nice mansion in Belgium, I think.
Wow.
That one I did on commission, but that was such a cool thing I couldn't resist it. I am working on a smaller version on exactly that same zombie right now. It'll take a little time because I got to get a special frame for it with glass on it. But that was I must say the only requests I've done, but that was a cool one. I really wanted to be a part of that.
Well,
Other than that, I just go for it.
Yeah. I'll tell you this much.
Is there a photo of it? That's what I want to know. And can we see it?
Yes, there is, and I think there might be some stuff on it on my YouTube channel of it as well. It looks pretty weird because it isn't mounted yet, but it's full size, the head, so it's pretty big, and it looks pretty cool. And I think it's somewhere on my YouTube channel.
Okay, we didn't even know you had a YouTube channel. So what is the name of your YouTube channel?
I think it's called. Wait a minute, I'm going to check my YouTube channels to make sure I get it right. Oh, it goes by the fantastic title Horror Art by Henrik Honk. The Rex Honk at me.com. Here. So I'm going to see if I can make a link and throw it up in the chat, perhaps. If that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Send it to us on Twitter, and we'll put it. We'll put it.
Yeah, because it's difficult to do it in the chat.
Yeah.
If you're not.
I will do that. Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Who's your favorite? I need to ask you. Who's your favorite It? The original It or the new It?
Oh no! Oh, I can't hear you very well.
You're breaking up.
That's a tough one. I love Tim Curry. Tim Curry is the best. He is the best.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hands
but then
down.
you know, the new Pennywise. He's Swedish. You know, he's a Swedish guy, so I have to be a little biased. But I think Tim Curry was the best part of adaptation that I might not like that very much, but I love it because of Tim Curry, because he shoots the scenery in that one. He's so good in that one. So I say the original Pennywise, though I have much respect for the new ones. I made lots of new Skarsgård Pennywise, and he's a popular fellow, I think, and I like him. He's a fun character to sculpt. Both of them are, actually.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Of course, Tim is my favorite, but the new one, he did him justice, so I give him due props and respects for that. But speaking of that, what do you think? Who would win, Freddy or Pennywise in a fight?
That depends. If there's cake involved, I think. Nah. Of course, Freddy. Of course.
Freddy.
I
always go for my guy.
Part 2. The ending there wasn't very satisfying. I think they bullied him to death in the end, and that was pretty lame, I think. But it's, of course, no, of course, Freddy. Of course. I think Freddy will kick his ass any day. But
that's awesome.
It's a tough one.
But
of course, if it's Tim Curry Pennywise, I'm not really that sure. I think they team up instead and kick the shit out of Jason, perhaps. I don't know. Perhaps.
Maybe.
That would be a good movie, by the way.
Yeah, it would. I'd see it. That's for sure. You know something, Henrik?
I'd pay money for it, of course.
I know in Sweden, it happens to be 11 at night. It's very late in Sweden, and I know you're a father and whatnot. Do you have a few extra minutes, or should we end this now? Or
it's up to you.
It's up to you.
No, I got this evening set up for you guys over here. So no, please.
Great. No,
I say like David Johansen said, I don't stop me talking because I tell you everything I know. So you're gonna be hanging up on me, I'm sure. I just pour myself another rum, so I'm pretty good.
So no, yeah, absolutely. We got.
Oh, by the way, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
May I say something?
Sure, sure.
Did you guys see the Midsummer movie?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What did you guys think of that one? I must ask someone.
I was
sick and twisted.
I was taken aback.
Yeah.
I was in shock. I was in awe.
Yeah.
I was sickened. I was everything.
Yeah, I was sick to my stomach.
Yeah. I was laughing the whole movie through, I gotta say, because that was like the whole thing that painted up with the sweets and the Midsummer. It was so laughable from our perspective. We celebrate Midsummer, but the way we celebrate it is much worse than in the movie, because if we eat fermented herring, we drink too much, and we get into a fight with relatives. That's pretty much midsummer in Sweden. But I thought it was like when someone tries to make a movie about someone that they've never been there or doesn't know anything about the culture, like I don't know, like an old Tarzan movie with people with blackface and stuff. It gets so. I thought it was hilarious, and I loved Hereditary. I loved that movie. That was a creepy one.
Yeah.
And I was so looking forward to Midsummer, and I was so wanting to love it, and then the Swedish actors started talking, and they were the worst. And then they started walking around in Bulgaria, where it's shot. It's not even shot in Sweden, and it felt so awkward from my perspective. And this Midsummer thing they were presenting, it felt much more like the movie The Wicker Man.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I thought it was a lot of references to that one. And, I like that one, not the Nicolas Cage one, but the original one with
Christopher Lee, all day.
Yeah, that's good. Britt Eklund is also in that one, I believe. No. I just wanted to hear your opinion, because it's so fun. Because that movie sure has people talking, and that's of course the most important thing about it, I think.
I mean, it was. I enjoyed myself watching it, because when I watch a movie, unless it says it's a biography, a documentary, something like that, then it's made to be fun, and it doesn't matter if Midsommar took place in Sweden or in Africa. Yeah. It still would have been a fun movie for me to watch, After all, it's just a movie, Yes. And I think Roger Corman said it best. He said, "But you can be how bad you want, but don't ever be boring." And I do not think it's a boring movie, but that's for sure. I think. I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Oh no, yeah. It was pretty twisted. I have to say, I was angry though. I was kind of angry when the ending was coming, because I'm like, they're killing everybody up in here and they're gonna get away with it.
But don't spoilers.
So, okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking anyway. So, in the end, I was like, I would have definitely done that differently, but I was really, most of the movie just basically got me mad. It triggered me.
I heard he was re-releasing it in the theaters in a longer version. And I want to know what the hell that was about. That would be interesting to see. I think they added over 40 minutes to it. And that I want to know what those 40 minutes are. So, he got my money. So he win, of course. There you go.
Oh, okay. I see. So, let me see here. So you said that you do not believe, in the paranormal or the supernatural, anything like that. But have you heard growing up, wherever you grew up, or in your family, any lores or legends that you might like to share that are spooky?
We had, not directly in my family. I have an aunt who can be a bit spooky. She's like, every time anyone, my siblings have had kids, she has always known it before, because she had this knife in her drawer. When she opened the drawer and it was lying down with the sharp side up, she knew somebody is going to have a kid. And that's been for both my sisters, my brother, and for me. So that's the closest thing to some stuff like that, I think. But there's a lot of nice Swedish folklore out there that I think needs to be preserved, as well as Nordic myths in general. But I can't really say no. Unfortunately, no. I'm boring when it comes to that. I wish I could have said that. I've experienced anything, but that would be a lie, and I try not to lie. So,
Well, you know something, that
the closest
is,
I come is to my aunt.
well, you know something, like Mia Mina, you're correct. Mia Mina says that is amazing. And in fact, it is amazing because for somebody to be able to tell when somebody's going to have a baby and before they even know, that's pretty impressive, if I might say so.
Yeah.
But real quick, we have somebody who I feel...
Wait a minute, I gotta...
Mm-hmm.
Are you reading the chat right now?
Yeah, Mia Mina said that is amazing. Why? What's up?
Banshiba has something important to say here.
Oh no! Oh my God! Thank you, Banshiba. You didn't have to do that. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Banshiba, what are you doing? Oh my God! Okay, I don't even know how to react right now.
Beautiful thing of her.
Oh my God!
I make sure that I'm gonna throw in an extra little fun surprise piece into that package when I'm shipping it, because that was such a sweet thing to do. So please let me add a little extra to that.
Oh
one.
my God!
That was beautiful. Banshiba is tonight's hero. Absolutely.
I am dying. I love horror. I love horror art, horror narration, anything horror, because wow. I did not see that coming, you blindsided me, Bathsheba. Oh my God. Kenny is not in the room. He went to the little boy's room. So when I tell him this, he's gonna freak out. Oh my goodness, Bathsheba, you are too much. You didn't have to do that. But yes, I will send you my address in a private message. Oh my God, like I'm sweating here.
That was the most beautiful thing of today, I must say. I restored the faith in humankind after this one. Thank you very much, Bathsheba.
Bathsheba is so kind to us, and she is so nice to us. And I mean, all of this community right here, our beautiful supporters, they are so kind to us. And these guys put in hours to promoting us, getting the word out there, because I guess, they believe in us. And so, oh my God, I'm getting teary. I'm getting what my husband calls sweaty eyeballs.
Sweaty eyeballs, yeah, that's a good one.
He calls it thank you. It's a month early, but thank you. Wow, it is exactly 30 days before my birthday. So, oh my God, that
was beautiful.
Oh my
that was beautiful.
Oh man, thank you guys. These guys are so good to us, and I'm all teary. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Oh my God, I gotta compose myself here, and Kenny left me all alone, so I'm getting all girly here. I love that piece, and I am going to honor it. That's gonna be part of our backdrop, because we usually, Kenny was the one who would always come out on camera, but we stopped showing too much of ourselves on camera because we want to build a backdrop. Okay, and what Kenny was doing, he was going in front of the green screen, and we still do that sometimes, but we really want to go on the backdrop. And so this is going to be the piece that's going to be the focal point of the whole backdrop. Oh my God.
I am much honored to hear this. And, that's amazing. I saw there was a question about Ace of Clay in the chat from Mia Mina. Has he heard of Ace of Clay? The name sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
Google about this, so I know what's going on. Ace of Clay, Ace of Base. No, that's not the thing.
No, I love Ace of Base. By the way, Ace of Base is awesome. But no, I've never heard of Ace of Clay before.
That's the Ace of Clay. It's a guy on YouTube just a guy with a box of clay creating some cool stuff. I share tricks.
That looks so
tricks,
cool. Wait a minute, I think
tutorials,
I've
blah,
seen
blah,
this
blah.
before.
I gotta check that one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mina, for that. I'm gonna definitely subscribe to that one.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
very
That was
interesting.
Lewis Witt asked
you.
that question. Lewis Witt asked that question, and Mina, you know what she does? That's why I tell you our supporters are the best. Mina went and she takes people's questions that we don't get to answer because sometimes it's a little difficult to keep up with the chat, and she will repost them regularly in the chat up until we answer it. Then she stops posting it, and then she will do that with everybody else's questions.
It's Lewis Witt.
Yeah. So
Now I got it. I'm looking at his page right now, and it looks beautiful. So I'm definitely gonna check this one out. This is fantastic stuff. This guy's making so much fun. It pretty much reminds me of like what's it called? Some of those animated movies, Frankenweenie and those, that kind of style. Well, cartoonish but very beautiful stuff. Oh, I love it. I love this guy. I'm going to check this out.
oh yeah, that's
Thank you very
incredible.
much.
Thank you, Lewis Witt, for that. I had sort of
Yes,
seen
thank
his
you, Lewis.
thumbnails before around YouTube, but I never clicked on it. And then now that you said it, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's some
God.
beautiful stuff. I love this stuff already. Yeah, that's going to be very fun to look into this one. Thank you, Lewis.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sending a message to Bathsheba. I'm gonna DM you right now on Twitter. So, oh my God, I'm still like taken aback by that. I did not expect that. Oh my goodness. But
No,
yeah,
that was really good. That's a fun one.
right? Oh my goodness. I almost died. Oh my goodness. I'm sending her the actual email message right now.
Cool.
Wow. That is.
Go back here and look a little bit in the chat here.
That is incredible. So, yeah, I don't even know what to ask now because like my mind is racing right now. I'm like already like I don't know what to do.
No, I don't know what to say either. I think Sheba stole the show.
Yes,
Rightfully
she
so.
did.
That was so beautiful. It
Oh
did.
my God.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I gotta compose myself because otherwise I'll start tearing up again and being all girly. I hope that Kenny
I
didn't
can tell the
flush
story
himself
about
down
that
the
cake again, so they
toilet.
start to cry.
Hey baby, did you flush yourself down the toilet or something, honey? Oh, there he is. He's coming right back. He went to grab a snack. You're never going to believe
Missed
what
the great part
happened.
here.
You're never gonna believe what happened.
That's cool, but I need to ask. Okay, what happened?
So remember when I said my birthday's next month on the 19th?
God, what did you do, Ms.Stereo?
Me, I didn't do anything.
What did you do? What
So-
did you start?
I didn't start anything, I don't think, but Bathsheba bought the piece for me for my
What?
Nosferatu.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. She
Nah.
did. I got all teary and everything.
You crazy.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, Kenny left me alone and I can't contain my emotions. I'm going to be all girly here. And I was all girly. And she went and she bought the piece for me. She is so sweet. Oh my God. And Henrik loved that. He said his faith in humanity is restored. And he said that that's the most beautiful thing that happened here today. And I was like, oh my God, I'm over here talking for Henrik. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk for you. Hi, Tim.
See, that's what I love about these monster parks, these monster things. That's cool. And as I said, because the Shiba has such a big heart, I will also include a little bit of an extra piece into the package to go along with Nosferatu.
That's
So
gonna
he's
be
not traveling
amazing.
alone.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Ben
Yes,
Sheba.
as a little token of gratitude for allowing me to come aboard here and keep my Swinglish and
The pleasure was
whatever.
all ours.
And
Seriously, your
The pleasure
work
is all ours,
is
believe me,
amazing.
because getting to meet talented individuals such as yourself, Henrik, is always a blessing, especially when they're such a gentleman and a nice person, such as yourself. So, wow, thank you so much.
Huge thanks, my friends.
I wanted to
This has
ask
been
you
a
though.
very fun evening, I must say.
Wow, awesome. When I was getting my snack, Henrik, and thank you, Ben Sheba, for such the wonderful act of kindness. I'm taken aback. Thank you, Ben Sheba, for that. You made Ms.Stereo very happy. But while I was getting my snack, Henrik, I was thinking, did Henrik ever do Leatherface, or did he ever do Darth Vader, or even perhaps Christine from Stephen King? Did you ever do the car?
None of those yet, actually. None of those. I've done a Darth Vader in Star Wars when I was doing cakes. I have tried Leatherface a couple of times, but that's a tough one to get good, because if you're not getting that one right, he's gonna look, because he's got this mask on, and still you can see pretty much his eyes and stuff like that. You got to get that so right. But I'm gonna do Leatherface one of these days, absolutely. And
Excuse me.
Christine, I'm not really sure about. I love that movie, best soundtrack for a movie in years. And but I'm not really good at what is it, the Plymouth Fury, or what is it? No, I'm not very good with cars. I think I stay to the monsters, though it is a cool monster movie actually. And Darth Vader, I was thinking of doing that, doing him with a removable mask once, but I let go of that one. But you never know. That's the thing. You'll never know. I sit down with a piece of clay and I start sculpting and playing around with it, and I have no idea what to do. And then it's something starts brewing in the back of my head, and I'm saying maybe I should try it. Right now, I'm sitting with the Swamp Thing, based on the Bernie Wrightson, how he drew him. And I'm struggling with this one. And this guy started as I think you remember the Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund from the 80s?
Yes.
That was from some sort of I was starting out like that, and when I was working on it, I thought, man, this looks more like the Swamp Thing. So I started making Swamp Thing instead. And right now, I don't know if it's going to be the Swamp Thing or what it's going to be, but that's what I like. It's always a really fun trip when you start with a lump of clay until you're done and it's painted. And it takes so many turns along the way, and that's what I like about it. I don't want to. I have a sort of a picture in my mind, and it's never that picture that is the final product. Never, and that's what I love about it, because that wouldn't be exciting. I want to be thrilled with what I make, and it's a huge rush when you nail it. I must say, it's a huge rush.
Have you ever did the aliens from Mars Attacks? You know that movie Mars Attacks?
Yeah, that's the Toby Hooper movie from the 80s,
Yes.
I think. Those big, clumsy aliens walking around. That's a good idea. No, I haven't. I'm gonna research these guys. Absolutely. I just recently started sculpting things that has fur, like animals, werewolves, critters, and stuff like that. And I'm in a church from Pet Cemetery, and I'm
Nice.
starting to get a hang of that, and that's really fun. But I hesitated for a long time because I thought it didn't look good. But I'll learn how to get that right too. I think I'm still learning, and that's the biggest part that I enjoy about this. That I'm learning all the time. Everything I make, I'm a noob. I'm a total newbie. I'm trial and error all the way, and that's how I love it. I don't ever want to be, oh wow, I'm perfect. I know everything I know. Where do you go from that? I mean, no, that's no fun. You always want to take it a step higher. You always want to learn something new. The same thing with being a chef, I think. You never learn to cook every meal in the whole world,
Right.
every dish in the whole world. There's always something new, and that's so refreshing. And that keeps you going, and that keeps you motivated, and it keeps your passion burning for what you do, and that's the most important part, I think. And that's why I never tried making money a big part of this, because that's a big killer, I think. So that pretty much, I think, sums it up, what I do and why I do it. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Have you ever did Chucky from Child's Play?
I did him as a cake topper once, and it looked like shit. But I haven't yet. I might. That's pretty funny, because most of the things I do come from movies that I really like. And if I do not really, I never really clicked with the Chucky movies, the Child Play movies. I don't know why. I never really. I love Brad Dourif in them, and I love the voiceover, but the rest of it, I don't know. They are fun, but I don't feel really passionate about them as I do, for example, with The Thing or Alien or Jaws. But that can be a challenge too, I think. Absolutely. I've done a couple of Jason pieces, and some of them maybe I do not really like this Friday the 13th movie, but I want to try this design. So you never know. I might go there. I want to do him Chucky when he's really messed up. In that case, I don't want to do him fresh and clean out of the box. I want to do him with all the stitches and scars and stuff. That's more fun to sculpt, I think.
Thank you, Evilvich. She says today's a great show. Thank you so much. With us is Henrik. He does horror sculptures, and he is amazing. Somebody in the chat, I believe it was Lewis Witt, says that he also is an artist, and he wants to know if you ever did anything from the movie Maximum Overdrive or Joyride.
No, that was funny. That was funny, because not Joyride, but I was thinking of doing the Green Goblin from the Green Goblin truck from Maximum Overdrive, because we watched that movie for the first time for many years. I dig that one, but then I'm thinking, am I doing something from Maximum Overdrive, or am I just doing the Green Goblin? You know, so it's a hard piece, but I dig that movie, and I love AC/DC, so why not? It's a perfect match. It's a good thought. Absolutely.
That is awesome.
And yes, Michis, you can buy Christine if I ever do it. I promise.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. But let me ask you this: how about if I throw out names, and Ms.Stereo throws out names of movie monsters, and you'll tell us if you ever done it or if you would ever want to in the future? Okay.
Oh, a game. Yeah.
Game.
Absolutely.
Godzilla.
Shoot. This is fun. Yeah.
Good. Godzilla.
I started with Godzilla a couple of months ago, and just 2 weeks ago I tore the one to pieces because I wasn't happy with it. I will make Godzilla, a classic Godzilla, absolutely.
Oh yeah, nice. Godzilla's awesome. Godzilla, and I'm very happy with the latest movie. I've seen it, and I think they did it justice. I really loved it. Now let's see here. How about Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Working on it.
Oh my God.
It's very top secret. But yes, I'm working on Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Nice.
Oh my God.
It's very much in my mind, but I'm getting there. I want to make a big badass piece out of those guys.
Nice. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Did you ever send us the photo link to Twitter of the bathroom that you made, the bathroom door?
Not yet. No.
Not yet?
Okay, but probably after the stream or something, we'll probably want to put it up on the website.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, the monster from
Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, I heard. Did you say Jeepers Creepers?
Yes.
Yes. I'm really split about that. I was talking to somebody the other day about that one because I love the design of that monster, but I'm having huge problems with the director's history. So I'm not going to make it actually, and that is
Okay.
out of pure respect for the people he hurt.
Oh,
The
wow.
director, and it has
I didn't
nothing
even
to
know
do
that.
with the guys who made the makeup because they made a terrific job. He is convicted of child rape.
Really?
The director.
Wait, who was that?
He's done time for that. It's Olivier, what his name is? I
I'll
can't say
look
it
it
right
up
now.
anyway. No need to
I
say
liked
his
that
name.
movie until I heard that. And
So the director?
what pissed me off
Holy
about
crap.
this, yes, the director, and what pissed me off about that was they let him back and do a third part after all this was revealed. That he had done time for that. And I can't, when it comes to things like that,
Yes.
I do not believe in, well, I've done my time. That doesn't work for a crime where the victim is still suffering, I think. So, no, I'm sorry. I will not make Jeepers Creepers.
Awesome.
Okay, I understand.
Yo,
You know what? You're
That got a
awesome.
little bit heavy. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
I applaud you. We applaud you here because we do not condone any violence or
That's right.
abuse
Thank
towards
you.
children, animals, or even elderly.
No,
So we don't condone those things.
that's right. Absolutely. Wow, that's a lot of integrity that you have there, because some people wouldn't care. They would just do it, because hey, it's money. But to have you obviously demonstrate you're not all about the money, that's for sure.
That's
So
right.
this is wow. You just blew our minds. But unfortunately, very unfortunately, that is something that's very common in Hollywood, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get back to the
it's
fun stuff.
become very apparent the last years or so. But this was an old, I think it was an old felony, but still, I think it is. Sorry. That's where I draw the line.
Absolutely, 100%. So back to the fun stuff, baby. You were gonna ask something.
Yes, I was asking monsters. So would you ever attempt to do King Kong, being that you said you tried
love
Godzilla?
I would love to make the original King Kong in black and white.
Yes.
Only paint him in black and white and grayscales. That would be beautiful, and go after that one. That's a beautiful monster. I would definitely give that a thought. Absolutely. That would have to be a standing sculpture. That could not be framed. I want to do him with the chains and everything when they put him on display in New York. That kind of a sculpture I would love to make. So absolutely, that would be beautiful.
How about the Toxic Avenger?
Oh, goddamn, yes. I want to do that one. I haven't done it yet. I've given it thought. I was a huge Roma movie fan a couple of years ago. But I haven't done him yet, but he will. One of these days. And he's going to have his mop going to stick out of the frame and point everyone in the eye and go,
Yay!
Bye. It's going to be, yeah.
That's going to be amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hope so.
Wow. So, yeah.
I got another good one.
Okay.
I was thinking about. Let's see. How about Leprechaun? Have you ever tried Leprechaun?
No, I haven't. That's pretty much the same thing as with Child's Play and Chuck, yeah, I think. I never really fallen for those movies. I don't know why, but maybe I'm going to have to revisit them and see what I can do. But I love to be proven wrong and change my mind. So I'm going to take you up on that and rewatch those movies and see what I can come up with.
How about any of the creatures from The Evil Dead?
Oh, I've done many Evil Dead. Many. I've done Evil Ash a couple of times. I've done his severed hand, giving it a finger a couple of times. I've done the head of what you called the old lady, when she gets a real long throat and they cut it off. That head I've done. And just recently I did the possessed reindeer head. The mount, that one was mounted on a plaque on the wall that starts laughing. That deer head I did not long ago, and I shipped it to, I don't know if it was North Carolina or South Carolina, to a very nice gentleman who had bought stuff from me before, and he enjoyed it very much, and I was very grateful for that. It was a fun piece to make. I will make it again, definitely.
Is there any way you can make something from...
That's another thing.
What? What's another thing?
Excuse me. I'm losing a little bit of audio here. I'm going to sit up straight. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Brian Lane asked about my charity work. Brain Lane, I mean. Sorry, Brain, my dear friend.
Yes.
I do, once every year, I do a piece that is auctioned out for a Swedish charity show that is aired on radio and TV around Christmas. It's called Radiohjälpen, Radio Help, and they do a special theme every year and collect money for that. And I do a piece every year that is auctioned out each year.
Wow.
And this year I'm going to do an alien for this one. And this year is going to be about how people are and how we can help people who are victims of war with where they use sex as a weapon with prostitution and rape and stuff like that. So that piece of this year will be going to that. More about that is coming up as soon as it's done. That's what I do for charity so far, and I wish I could do more.
Okay, I need to ask this. Have you ever did the Ghostbusters Ghostbusters 1, the creature at the end?
I don't know about that, but I know he did Slimer.
No, I'm talking about the creature at the end, the demon at the end of Ghostbusters.
Do you mean Zool, like
Yes.
those dogs?
Yes.
Yes, I did Zool just recently, and I shipped it to one of the girls who collects my stuff in the U.S. who got most pieces in Texas, and I did a Zool piece, and it came out. I enjoyed it. I love working with the Ghostbusters things because they are so fun. And yes, I made Zool. There's no Dana, only Zool. So yes, I did.
Stay Puft.
Yes, Brain Lane, he says Zool here. Stay Puft, I haven't done yet. I will do in one of these days, absolutely.
So
I just need more time. I'm going to quit my day job and...
Have you ever made any of the werewolves from Underworld?
No, I haven't. The only werewolf I've done is the one from American Werewolf in London.
of
That was my
course,
first,
that's the best one.
Try on something with fur. Yeah. That came out pretty good, but I can do it better. So I will return to werewolves pretty soon. I hope.
How about Michael
But
Jackson and
that's a good
Thriller?
one. Absolutely.
How about Michael Jackson and Thriller?
As the zombie.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
As the zombie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
That's a good one. I gotta give that a good thought. That's a really good one.
We're
yeah.
just throwing
I
out
like that one.
names here.
Yeah.
But Banshiba does say to
Yeah.
check.
Keep throwing. I'm used to it.
Yeah, Banshiba does say that to check to make sure you got the address correctly, she says later on. And Mina posted from Mish. It's apparent that you're influenced by Stephen King. Anyone else?
Oh, Stephen King, Clive Barker, all the makeup artists I mentioned. I read when I read mostly horror biographies. But Clive Barker, Hellraiser,
That's what I was gonna ask.
that mythology I love. And
If you ever did Hellraiser.
who else is there? There's so many.
Hellraiser.
Have you ever done a
Hellraiser,
what
yeah.
is a xenomorph? A xenobit?
Xenobite. It's a Xenobite from Hellraiser?
Yes.
Yes. I've done Pinhead a couple of times, and that's a tough one because you got to push like I don't know if it's 108 nails into that head, and to get them all straight in line and everything, it's so frustrating. But I've done 2 of those. One is in Scotland. The other one was a very early piece, and that got totally smashed up in the mail, so it went to the garbage right away.
You ever did the Cube?
That was a sad day.
Yeah.
But I will return to Cenobites because they're interesting characters, all of them, I think.
Have you ever
First
made the
2 movies,
box?
I would say.
The box. Well,
Have you ever created the box?
Come again.
Have you ever created the box from Hellraiser?
the puzzle
cube?
box?
Yes. The puzzle
No,
box.
the puzzle box. No, I haven't. I've done the pattern as a background in
I see.
and one of I did. Like it was, I made the background to look like human flesh, and then carved it in it with blood, and that looks pretty cool actually.
You ever
That
made
is
the
cool.
book from The Evil Dead?
Ooh, the Evil Dead.
I did
The
it as a
Necronomicon?
cake topper once. Yeah, I did it as a cake topper once. I haven't done it in clay yet, but that is definitely on the list. That would be a
All
fun
right,
piece.
well-
Or it
Have you
will be
ever
a piece
tried-
that will be included in a bigger piece as a
Nightmare.
detail.
The cartoon. How do you feel about Tim Burton? And would you ever do Nightmare Before Christmas? Any of the characters?
I haven't. I love Tim Burton very much, and I've been thinking when I think Tim Burton, I want to make something from Beetlejuice
Ooh.
because I think there are a lot of funny things in Beetlejuice.
Oh,
So that's where I go first.
I
Absolutely.
love Beetlejuice.
Or I want to do Big Bertha from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh.
You remember the trucker lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
The one who goes all crazy and goofy with big eyes. I want to make that one. That one is really
I
cool.
love
Nice.
that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all
Yeah,
time.
it's the best.
It's hilarious.
Absolutely.
I know you are, but what am I?
It is.
How do you feel about Jim Henson?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jim Henson.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure I'm gonna meet Kermit the Frog very soon, but wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it Jim Henson that was behind Dark Crystal?
Yes.
Yes. I love Dark Crystal.
And there is a lot of cool characters in that one. I think. I haven't seen the new thing.
The
on
show
Netflix yet,
on Netflix.
but the original one has a lot of cool creatures.
Yes, it does.
So absolutely, you never know.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you a blast from the past, and you guys are gonna be like, "But I love this movie," and I saw it.
Recently.
My goodness, recently, but better late than never, right? It's called The Never Ending Story. Any of the creatures there have gotten your interest ever?
I could do Limahl, who sang the theme song. No, I can't do that, but it would be hilarious.
How about the Rockman?
That
Rockman is cool.
big dog he's riding. What is it called? That
that's
stone
right.
creature is pretty cool. What is
Yeah.
it? That stone giant, isn't that something
Yeah.
like that in that one?
The rock
I haven't seen it
monster.
in so many years, so I'm not.
Yeah,
really
the
sure.
rock biter.
Yeah,
You're
the rock.
talking-
Yeah,
And then the snail is pretty
that
interesting
one is
too.
cool, yeah.
So Zartek,
Yeah,
I think is the name of
yeah.
the dog. Artek or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think that's the name of his horse that
Yeah, I
died.
don't remember.
But I'll
That
look
one
it up.
It looks so goofy, I think. Yeah, I think I think people can answer that in this chat pretty fast here. Because
Did you ever do any of the puppets from the Puppet Master?
No, I haven't. I've looked into them, but I haven't really done it yet. I will take a good look at it again. Absolutely. I see here critters. I have done one critter. That was a fun one, and I will definitely return to making critters.
Let me ask you this though, real quick.
Cool creature. Lots of teeth.
Have you ever seen a movie called Rosemary's Baby?
Of course I have. Yes.
How can you make a piece from that movie when you really don't see a monster except for that one shot?
You can do a really cool piece, I think, with a frame, very little sculpting, and you gotta use some really good glow-in-the-dark paint. So when you put out the lights, you have these devil's eyes glowing in the dark looking at you. I think that could perhaps work. It's a hard one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Like, if you could try to make a baby that looks like
a demon baby,
then maybe. I think
freaking Lou. Let me see here.
Really
me and Mina saying that Bathsheba said that you should make the snake from Beetlejuice.
Oh, that giant snake thing with his head.
Yeah.
The one that was on the
beautiful.
Stairs.
I love that because it's so old school.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That would. I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna rewatch Beetlejuice very soon.
Do you know Ellie Max?
Absolutely.
Lewis
Ellie Max.
Yes. Do you know Ellie Max?
I do not.
Lewis West has a lot of interesting.
Should I know Ellie Max?
I'm gonna look it up and see what it is.
I think that's interesting. I should.
The name just sounds familiar.
I'm looking it up already.
Let's see here. Okay.
Okay, I need to ask you this. I have to ask you, Henrik, please. Have you ever did the vampire from Salem's Lot?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
I have.
Oh my!
I think he lives somewhere in the New Orleans area or something like that now. I did him with the logo. I think the logo glue in the dark. I'm not sure. I have actually made him twice. I did him once early in my sculpting career. I don't even remember how that piece came out, but the other one I did. It was shipped to US, and the same lady there also bought the first church from Pet Cemetery I did.
Oh wow!
And those two pieces I like very much. Now I gotta find out what about this LMX.
So LMX is someone. LMX SFX is someone on Twitter. Lewis Witt did mention him to me before. And this person does amazing horror makeup. It'll blow your mind. And it's really creepy and like realistic.
Recently she just did, I think, the Texas Chainsaw one not that long ago.
It's incredible. That's something you should definitely look into because she did a really good job.
It's a duo.
Would you ever do a mask?
Yeah.
Would you ever create a mask from Eyes Shut?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I lost audio here again. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. We just wanted to know if you would ever do the masks from Eyes Wide Shut. Any of the masks, actually.
That's a bit interesting. I never thought of that, but
creepy looking.
I have to. I have to look. Check it out.
Have you ever created a wearable piece?
No. I'm a bit lost here. No, I haven't. No.
Like gauntlets?
I got a little bit carried away here by. I think we're having a terrible delay here again.
Yeah.
I'm
I hate that.
I'm getting a lot of feedback here. The wrong kind.
Oh no.
Okay, shoot. I hear you pretty good now.
Oh no, he was just talking about the masks. Have you ever created anything that's
wearable?
Okay.
Now I'm with you. Yeah.
Would you ever do the mask
And I
from
want to
that
say
movie with
thank
Jim
you to
Carrey,
Lewis
The
Witt.
Mask?
Sorry, I want to say thank you to Lewis Witt for recommending Elamax. That's really cool. I'm gonna look into that.
Right?
It's beautiful.
So,
Awesome. Fantastic. So, have you ever did the mask, the Jim Carrey character?
No, I haven't, but that's an interesting one too. Absolutely. There's
I like
so many
Jamie
things I
Kennedy's
wanna do,
better. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone is asking about the baby from Z Nation.
Ooh,
No, I
Zed
haven't.
Nation.
I have to actually I haven't had time to watch that show just yet, but I'm gonna look into it very soon, and I'm gonna look for the baby. Man, and who knows? Perhaps.
I want to definitely look into that. Like, we need to start watching that show again. We had started watching it, but I didn't keep up with it, so I have a lot to binge. It's still going strong, I hear. And from what it looks like, it's probably going to pass The Walking Dead. Because The Walking Dead, I'm sorry, I'm so disappointed with it.
That's a good
I
thing.
lost
Have you ever
interest
done
in
the
that
Walking
show.
Dead sculpture?
All
Fear the
respect for
Walking
Greg Nicotero, but I think that the Creep Show looks much more interesting.
Creep Show?
Yes, the Creep Show.
I
The
love
new
the
Creep Show TV series. I don't know. Have you guys seen it yet?
Hello?
He asked us a question, honey.
I didn't get it. I didn't
Ask
get
him
it.
to repeat it then, honey.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, the new Creep Show TV series. Have you watched that yet?
No, I haven't.
I didn't even know there was a new show.
Me neither. I didn't know. I want
There
to
is
see
a
it
new-
now.
there's
I
a-
love the Creep Show.
I even did the creeper for it. I did. Yes, it is. It's on Shudder. It's airing right now. I think one episode a week,
Ooh,
and
I
it's
gotta get
Greg
Shudder.
Nicotero who's doing it.
We have to get Shudder. We
I've
gotta
heard
get a
lots of good stuff
subscription
about
to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Shudder now.
We
just to
don't
watch
have
that.
Shudder over here even, so.
We gotta get it. I have a Roku. I think Shudder's on Roku. Is it not?
Hello.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm losing your audio
I'm
very
so
much.
sorry. Oh, no. We can't
Yeah,
lose
we
you
don't
now.
have
This is such a great conversation.
Okay, 'cause he's on her thing, right?
Yeah. So here, let me see over here. But yeah, we gotta get Shudder because it looks like it's gonna be. This is a great service. A lot of people keep talking about it, and I'm just gonna have to get it. So do you get Shudder though? Do you have it?
No, I do not. And I have asked them because I wanted to see a Creep Show, and they say they were trying to get some of our streaming services over here to get it on license. So I'm having my fingers crossed.
Oh my goodness.
Because,
Do you have Cody over there in
wanna-
Sweden?
You could get it anywhere because it's
Excuse me.
open source. So you should consider getting an open source program called Kodi. All right. And just, just do your due diligence and research about it, which is, you have to really do your due diligence about it. And it works best. I put the name here in the chat. It works best with a VPN, and just, do your research about it. You might like it, and it's free.
Okay.
It's free. You just have to program
I will check
it.
that out, definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's a little bit of
sounds-
programming
I will
because it is
definitely
open
check that out.
source. Yeah, absolutely. It is
I
some
can always find
programming.
a tutorial somewhere about that.
Oh, of course. YouTube is my teacher. Definitely.
Absolutely.
But yeah, listen, Henrik, we're going to let you go now because we've been here, almost 2 hours? Yeah. There's 6 minutes left for 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
Anything else you'd like to say to the people
please,
in the chat
yes.
before?
That's sweet. I would like to say thank you so very much for having me. Thank you for all the fun questions and all the sweet comments here. It's been really awesome. And I'm just very grateful, happy about it. That my little clay rules are actually making it out in the world to get to go and travel and see things. And I think that's wonderful. I love that. And I'm going to keep on sculpting until they pry the clay out of my cold dead hands.
That's right.
That's how the story goes.
That's right, baby. Don't
So
stop
much
sculpting.
And thank you so very much for having me. It's been a pure pleasure talking to you guys.
You are welcome.
I'm looking forward to.
I pray.
Thank you very much. I will absolutely participate in the coming shows.
Thank you
Oh,
so
yes.
much. And I will pray to all the gods that you never get arthritis or go
God,
blind.
never.
No,
I cannot. I'll die.
Please, gods, do
it
not.
has already started, but that's already started. But that's always a rum and painkiller, so you can get through it. That's okay.
That's true.
I want to wish you all a fantastic day, evening,
Thank you.
night, whatever it is. Over here, we're 2 hours from the ghost hour, so I'm going to go and check and see if I can maybe be convinced to join the paranormal side. I would appreciate that.
Okay, not a problem.
I wish you all a beautiful day. And thank you so very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness, a pleasure's all ours, and thank you so much for what you do.
Yes.
Thank you to Bathsheba again. That was a beautiful thing you did. And we will all be in contact. Bathsheba's also on Twitter. Bathsheba, could you put your Twitter there, please, on the link on the chat, so that Henrik can find you and you can.
Thank you so much to Henrik, and thank you to everybody who came today to be here for Henrik. But I got to go. I love you all, and I'll see you guys around.
Same here. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, that way you and Henrik can coordinate, Bathsheba, and and you guys can talk in Twitter. Make sure to set everything up. Oh my God, my alarm! What the hell? This is insane. So yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you, Henrik. You have a blessed evening.
You guys, thank you very much. It's all my pleasure. You take care up there.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bye, love.
Bye.
Oh, this was amazing. This was an amazing episode of Stereo Dread. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here with us today. This has been an incredible evening, an incredible show full of talent and just horror and thrills and chills. We love it here. We love scary stories and good times. That's what we do here on Stereo Dread. Just have some scary stories and good times. And hey, don't forget, guys, share this out. Share everything out. That way, that's how we grow, right, guys? It's definitely how we grow. It's by sharing everything. And you guys always do a wonderful job of that. Anyway, thank you. It is due to you that we are growing. Okay, so we absolutely love you. Bathsheba, you're amazing. Mina, all you guys, you guys are just incredible. Thank you for all the newcomers who came here, right? You guys are awesome too. And hopefully you'll stick around. We'll have more of the same. This is what we do here on Stereo Dread. We interview cool people. We hear some scary stories. We have good times. There's lots of different things that we do here. And we also are going to be having more stuff coming up down the pipeline. So this is going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully we convince you to subscribe, like, share, tweet this out and share it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, Twitter. It's going to be great. Oh, and by the way, Dezombified.com is up and running. Yes, we are doing tweaks and twerks to it every single day and trying to add certain things to it as well. Hi, Journey Through the Gate Paranormal. Cisco, how are you, darling? Thank you for being here. I'm sorry that you came in the end, but you know what? We love you. So thank you for being here. Anyway, those who came late, just watch the replay. We are going to be having so many things coming down the pipeline, I promise. It is going to be a ride, and if you stick with us, we will stick with you. But as always, these Zomba friends, watch your six.